Football Manager 26 just added women's football, and I decided to dive straight into the deep end. I took over Barça Femení, the best women's team in the world. I chased revenge against Arsenal, waged tactical war with Chelsea and Lyon, turned Eva Pajor into a monster, and then completely destroyed my wage budget in one summer. This is the story of Season 1. FM26 women's football is not just FM, but with women. It's a very different ecosystem. The economy is tiny, transfer fees are very low, wage budgets are small, and the pool of top-level players is much more limited. A bad contract or one overpaid star hurts a lot more than in the men's game. The gaps between teams are huge. Stadiums are smaller, budgets are tighter, and every decision feels more fragile. So I thought, perfect, let's learn more about the women's game. Let's try to build a dynasty. And let's get revenge on Arsenal for that real-life 2025 Champions League final loss. This save started as a learning project for me to learn all about the women's game, but it turned into a full-blown obsession. So, Barça Femení, club of goddesses. Currently, best team in the world? I would say so. And also, one hella scary squad to try to improve. Alexia Putellas, winner of 2 Ballon d'Ors, pure talent and class in midfield. Aitana Bonmati, current holder of the Ballon d'Or, and one of the greatest to ever do it. Claudia Pina, diminutive, versatile, chaos artist. Salma Paraluelo, former high-level sprinter as a teenager, turned into an explosive winger. Eva Pajor, a Polish sniper who would soon turn into my personal drug. Caroline Graham Hansen, the best right winger in the world who can do it all. Vicky Lopez, teen prodigy who became one of our most clutch players. Sydney, a wonderkid from Switzerland who would put in some important contributions as well. Katako, a young modern sweeper keeper. Mapi Leon spraying diagonals like a left-footed quarterback. Ona Bache, do-it-all fullback, bombing down the right. Irene Paredes, a reliable, experienced veteran. And last but not least, Patri, a midfield metronome, a calm and collected Busquets clone. Add to that some more young talent and older experience and you get a group of players ready to win it all. Coming into the game, I knew right away this save would be easy mode, I'm not gonna lie about that. But my goal was to learn more about the women's game first and foremost. And to rebuild this squad to be viable for a future dynasty and to win the Champions League. And somewhere out there, the Gunners were waiting. We started in a fairly classic 4-3-3 with intense pressing, a high line, short passing, but a high tempo. A hybrid of tiki-taka and Flick's more modern system. In goal, Katakol starts, a back four of Bache, Paredes, Mapillon and Bruchts, covered for a midfield three with Patri sitting as a deep playmaker. A pretty heavy injury to Alexia Putellas right off the bat made us choose for Aitana and Claudia Pina in midfield. On the wings, Salma cutting in from the left, Hansen staying out wide on the right, and Pajor lurking in the box. This was a high-risk, high-reward system, and there was a small learning curve for the team, who lost their opening friendly to Wolfsburg. Despite this opening banger by Salma Paraluelo, we went up 2-4 but gave away 3 goals in the final 10 minutes to eventually lose 5-4 to Wolfsburg. This immediately signaled to me that this tactic and this squad had some hidden problems. In our first month in the league, across 5 games, we scored 24 but also conceded 11, showcasing the leaky defense in this squad. Hansen and Aitana got 6 and 7 goals respectively. 2 of the finest goals came from midfielders. This wonderful curled shot by Patri and this stunning free kick from Mapi Leon, our centre-back dead ball specialist. But Badalona, for example, impressed by scoring these 2 goals against us, highlighting a need for a tighter defensive structure. Next month, the Champions League starts. Before we get into that, it's time to meet the rest of the squad, including some newcomers and veterans. Our funds were very limited, so this summer we'd only managed to attract 3 players. Meet Jess Carter, a solid, dependable model citizen English defender. Meet Priscilla, a young, promising Brazilian striker. And meet Viola Brambilla, a 29-year-old Italian midfielder who last played for San Marino in the 2nd division? Wait, what? In my desperation to bring in another free agent, I trusted the initial look of her attributes and brought her in, only to realize she was light years away from any first team action. An early mistake, and one that must have baffled fans. Then there is still, to round out the squad, the attacking midfielder Kika Nazareth, the experienced right back and central defender Marta Torrejon, who had asked to leave the team on a free at the beginning of the season, the backup goalkeeper Gemma Font, the backup right back Aicha Camara, the defensive midfielder wonderkid Clara Serrajordi, the very exciting talent Vicky Lopez, the striker young backup Martine Fenger, Noah Bezis, a youth team defensive midfielder, and our third central defender here, Lea Alexandri. I responded with a few tactical tweaks and put Gemma Font in goal to give Katako something to think about. Gemma responded with 3 clean sheets in October. And what a month we had, starting with the B team comfortably winning 0-4 away to Eibar, including Aicha Camara scoring her first goal ever for Barcelona. And then Salma Paraluelo with a nice little dribble and a finish, after which this beautiful combination ended with Serrajordi scoring, I believe, her first goal for Barcelona. And then we head over to the first Champions League game against AS Roma, featuring, interestingly, one of our players out on loan, Giulia Dragoni. Remember the name. Caroline Graham Hansen here with a beautiful pass off to Priscilla, who really took her chance as well, deputizing for Eva Payor. Then Pina to Brugts with a wonderful goal. Brugts really with an underrated performance here in the start of the season. A Rabona cross here gave them a goal, 1-2, and it took us a long time to finally get that goal. And Salma Paraluelo here again with the goal. And this is where they became Eldritch Horrors for a few seconds. What the hell was that? Anyway, FM26 right. And then Paraluelo finishing it off with just a simple run down the middle. Absolute defensive error there by Roma, and we won our first Champions League game. And then we had quite an interesting game here against Deportivo La Coruña with another wonderful assist by Hansen. She absolutely was on fire, scoring and assisting. Bache here on the right wing, bombing forward, and Bonmati blasting it. No, not really blasting, slotting it into the corner. Bonmati not only scoring but assisting as well. Eva Payor once again blasting it in there, this time that you can call that blasting. And then a beautiful assist to Payor, who dribbles to her left foot and finishes it off. A great set of goals once again. And Brugts here with a crazy header. I really was sleeping on Brugts. I didn't really see how good she was. Anyway, guys, then we head over to the second Champions League game against Olympique Lyon. This team, historically one of the most successful women's teams in Europe of all time. They are the record holder in most wins in the Champions League, including a 5-peat of Champions League wins, 5 in a row. So this was our first big test, but the team absolutely surprised me, going on to score a 1-0 goal by Brugts. Payor here on the left to Lopez to Bonmati for a 2-0 lead in the 13th minute. Then a good combination here with Bonmati once again bombing forward. She really, start of the season, really was burning hot. Brugts once again making that left back position all hers. Bonmati to Paraluelo. Bonmati once again 4-0, can you believe it? 5-0 in fact. Payor here to the left with Esme Brugts, who really, and then you get just another goal. We went up 6-0. Brugts once again, Claudia Pina, Vicky Lopez, I'm not sure, I think this was an own goal eventually. And then Jule Brandt, the German winger here, bombing forward in a pretty nice consolation goal here for Olympique Lyon. Jule Brandt, remember the name, she'll come up once again later on. And the final league game of October was pretty tough, but Serra Jordi with a beautiful game here, giving us eventually the 3 points. On the field, we were unbeatable. Our form continued into November and December. Here are the best goals from each victory, starting with this absolute world-class goal scored against us in a 1-2 victory against Alhama. The standout performers in a team of brilliant performers were Hansen, Bonmati, Esme Brugts, Salma Parayello, and in defense Mapi Leon and Bache, who stood out. Alexia slowly began to play her way back to fitness, with Pina becoming the starting striker instead of Payor. Katakor returned to goal, though still not always convincing. Then came a bit of a kick in the teeth. Hansen, the best performer in the world at that moment, knocked on the door on my office and told me she wanted to explore her options at the end of the season instead of extending her contract. This was troubling. We needed to get a replacement for the best player in the world. The search for the heir to Hansen was on, and it would prove to be a long and complicated one. For now, the plan was to keep her playing until the very last game and let her go on a free. A few transfer targets started to emerge at this point. Jule Brandt, the young German winger from Lyon, the one who scored their single goal against us. Chloe Kelly, an unlikely target, I must admit. Arsenal's confident, charismatic winger, but very expensive. Emma Severini was looking like a cheaper backup to Patri in defensive midfield. However, as things stood, we had no money at all to spend. So when January came along, we had to be smart and look for free transfers to come our way. Two opportunities fell into my lap. The first one was Julia Grosso, a Canadian deep-lying playmaker who announced herself by scoring a screamer and then quietly slid back into the backup position to our midfielders. However, the next opportunity, I just had to go for her. Alex Greenwood, the Manchester City captain with over 100 caps for England, versatile, can play as centre back and a left back. Very good mentals, immediately took a place as a starter for our backline. A great signing, if I say so myself. And the winter revolution really took shape here, with Alex Greenwood in her first 5 games getting 5 assists, including the beautiful second assist here to Claudia Pina in her first start. Really showed to me that this signing especially was going to be great for us. Both players were free agents, so no transfer fee paid to anyone. And if you're wondering about our league form, well, we just kept on winning. The league was kind of too easy for us. Some other competitions came our way though. The Spanish Super Cup, first of all, we won a kind of tight game here. We won 3-2 to Levante with only a 95th Aitana Bonmati winner here. But we did easily beat Atletico Madrid in the final with a 0-5 score. And in the cup, we got rid of Madrid FC, which is not Real Madrid, but just a second team here from Madrid. And I would say the standout goal here was definitely this interception from Brugts, this nice dribble to get Payor on the run, and then Eva Payor from the right wing just bombing forward, blasting it past their goalkeeper for a beautiful 3-1 lead in fact. And then the final goal here, Grosso with a beautiful diagonal ball to Vicky Lopez, who dribbled inward and then scored this fantastic goal in the upper right corner with a 4-1 scoreline. Then an interesting run of games. First of all, in the Spanish Cup, we beat Granada 1-2. A few days later, we beat them 0-2 away. And then at home, again in the Spanish Cup with the second leg here, a 6-1 victory against Granada. Then it was time for the Champions League quarter-finals. Despite injuries to Salma Parayuelo and Aitana Bonmati, we went to France brimming with confidence. Claudia Pina came on for Aitana in midfield, Payor was headed to the left wing with Priscilla as a striker. Greenwood of course started this, and one big change in the back was Alexandri instead of Irene Paredes. But everything else was looking like another comfortable beating of Olympique Lyon. The opening 10 minutes were completely dominated by us, with another great dribble here by Hansen, looking in the form of her life. Her shot only just stopped here. Hansen then put Bache through on goal and she narrowly missed here. And Lyon's first real threat of the game really was this shot into the stands by Alice Sombath. We created an overload in midfield with the three midfielders already there, but both Greenwood and Bache in possession, slotting in the midfield position, causing us to really dominate the midfield here, doing wonderful combinations and allowing for Hansen to keep the field wide, get through on goal and create chances like this. We couldn't capitalize on those early chances, and then legend Hegerberg put Sombath through, but Katakoi with a wonderful save here. Bache clears, but it goes to Bacha here, to Corbin Schrader. Bacha here on the left wing, once again closed down by Hansen, but she passes it to Chowinga. A beautiful cross here, and completely against the run of play, Diani here with a 1-0 lead for Olympique Lyon. We were shaken but not stunned. It was kickoff time and the team, pretty much undisturbed by this moment, just wanted to continue the way they had been playing, with slow, deliberate build-up play, allowing the wingers to rampage along the wings while the midfield just controlled the game. We had Pina here, Patri with a pass to Priscilla, back to Patri, to Poteas, just looking for that opening in typical Barca style. With Greenwood here, we then lose the ball. Hegerberg passing to Diani once again with a run. Seems like we have regained the ball, but Leon loses it, and then Lucy Heaps here with the very fast second goal right after kickoff. We are now 2-0 down to Olympique away in the Champions League. And the Champions League away games have always been an issue for me, and let's face it, for Barca as well. So we were really eager to rectify this 2-0 loss within this game. Our first sign of life after this 2-0 was this wonderful dribble by Hansen, who I must repeat was in the form of her life at this moment, racking up assists and goals, but she couldn't make a breakthrough here, and Heaps on the counter again. And at this moment you can see how few of our players are back there. We really went on the attack this time. Leon managed to stop it there and slow the pace of the attack down. Sombath here, back to Diani, back to Sombath, and it looks like we have defended this moment well. Right after that, a throw in here with Heaps and passing to Diani, who is faced with Greenwood. And she actually manages to get past Greenwood, approaches the defense, and in the rebound, Ada Hegerberg scores a 3-0, stunning us. And this time we were honestly disturbed and stunned, because I was kind of shocked. In just a span of a few short minutes, we had gone 3-0 down already, the most goals we had conceded without an answer in the season. And I really believed at this point, like, this Champions League run is looking in danger, right? This away game curse that Football Manager has presented to me in all of the previous editions is once again wreaking havoc on us. But I had to believe that with moments like passes like this from Hansen, that there was something for us in it. But I was losing hope, even though it was only close to the end of the first half. Despite our best efforts, we really couldn't put an answer up to that, and for the rest of that half, even though we had chances like this from Claudia Pina, which was converted into a corner, we couldn't answer to Lyon, and in fact Lyon was really defending well and also creating more chances at the attack. So the half would end with us 3-0 down to Lyon. As much as we tried to get a goal in, it just wouldn't happen, and as you see, they really closed out that half really well. We made some changes after halftime. We brought in Jess Carter for Mapi Lyon, who hadn't been performing all too well, and we changed Priscilla for Vicky Lopez and brought Eva Payor back to striker position, hoping that this would bring some turn to the tide. And Hansen, really the only player performing up to their usual standards, made a ferocious start here to halftime, bombing down the right wing and almost making a chance there and someone getting a rebound. So early signs were good. However, after a missed header by Payor, it was once again Lyon threatening our goal. And it was past the hour mark now, and Vicky Lopez with really a weak header at this point. We really wanted to get that away goal. Hansen with a free kick off to Claudia Pina, back to Hansen, back to Pina, just looking for any way to get through this, but instead of that we suffer another counter-attack with Hegerberg, who played this whole game with an injury, an absolute legend of the women's game. Look her up if you don't know about her. One of the trailblazing strikers in the game. Diani here, and Jess Carter converts it almost as an own goal, but converts it into a corner. At the other end, Hansen with another cross there, but Payor with a weak header once again, although there wasn't much she could do there. We're in the 67th minute at this point. Corbin Schrader to Hegerberg once again, back to Schrader and Lucy Heaps. And the team was really struggling to keep up with Diani, for example. Greenwood really struggling, to be honest. Lucy Heaps there with Diani, and what was needed at the end of the attack was a great save by Katakol to prevent the 4-0 from going in. We then brought in Kika and Grosso, and Grosso attempted to recreate her fantastic opening goal there, but to no avail. We were becoming desperate. Vicky Lopez here with, a weak attempt here. Where was that headed, honestly? Kika Nazareth here with a ball into the stands. It is the 81st minute. In fact, it was Lyon again who looked very threatening. Diani once again, Hegerberg. If she headed that anywhere else, it would have been a 4-0. Nazareth again, but that ball was going nowhere. Schertenleip with a great attempt there for perhaps a consolation goal or a goal. We attacked without ideas. We defended without shape. Greenwood struggled. The entire team in the second half looked lost. Lyon were everything we weren't: organized, composed, efficient. They dominated us in every phase of play. So now, after 90 miserable minutes, only one question remains. Can we turn this around? Or is our Champions League run already dead? Tune in next time as we face Lyon with a full-strength team and nothing but hopes and dreams to pull off our very own remontada. See you then.